Good ball movement for USA, but Care, that's already the
Check 1 2. Okay, hold on. Let me mute my TV. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Welcome for a very late edition of Atlanta DJ Zone Tech Tuesday Live, Tuesday pod show that I hold on Tuesday, and it could be at various times of the night, which this is the example of. But I do try to hold it, whether it's for 5-6 hours or whether it's for 5 or 10 minutes. The show must go on because I try to stick to my word. So tonight is somewhat an ongoing issue with what I've been talking about the last few weeks about music, library crates, all that sort. So basically, the question is tonight: how much music does a DJ need? Exactly how much music can you go by doing just one event? Do you need a few gigs, a few hundred gigs, couple terabytes, or what? What exactly do you consider the amount that you need? Give me a second. Let me change my screen up so I can be actually looking at you. All right, now some of y'all may be wondering, why am I starting so damn late? Well, the reason that I'm starting late tonight is because one, the problematic hard drive that I've been working on for the past couple weeks has found its way back to its owner. I've got it cleaned up as much as I could. The last thing I did, I went through and manually, out of a few 100,000 files, remove duplicates. And now, all right, hold on a second, because I need to mute something. Okay, there we go. So had a few couple 100,000 duplicates that I had to remove manually. And no, software was not going to do this because this was this was basically in Serato. So a duplicate removal program would not be able to remove duplicates that were seen in Serato. So these had to be removed manually. From 0 to Z, I removed somewhere probably about 400 tracks manually. Didn't have to do it, but I saw the opportunity to do it to help eliminate some of the missing tracks. So I went ahead and did it. Now he still got a lot that he has to do, which he understands, and we'll take it from there. Hopefully, he can get it done by the methods that I suggested. Now, after I dropped that off to him, there was another thing that came across, and this was before I contacted him and said, okay, we're meeting up so and so. We're gonna meet up here. Just something. I just have to be checking through Facebook, just going through Marketplace. Something hits my attention, so I applied for it, and now I got it. I went and I picked this up. New toy to the studio. This is a MPC, Akai MPC Renaissance MIDI controller. I guess that's what it'd be called, MIDI workstation or whatever. I have machine, or I do have some Akai pieces already that I use with Ableton. I have this piece, the APC 40, which is Akai's version. I guess I don't know. I don't know if they made anything similar or anybody made anything similar to this, but this one is mostly used for Ableton Live, but you could also use it for other things, including Serato. So I will be using this not only in production, but in DJ production as well as for clips. And if you've heard of the bridge, this is a great piece to have to use with the bridge, Serato bridge, which is basically is a combination of Ableton Live number 8. I don't know whether you was able to use 9, use Ableton 8 and Scratch Live. And only with Scratch Live. They never did come out with an update for Serato DJ, which I've been waiting for. I think the closest thing that they had to come out close to is Serato Studio and Link. And I also have a first generation machine. So these are studio pieces that I will be adding, but I'm excited to try to use this APC, which I don't have the correct adapter for, but I think I may have something around here. I will check shortly. And I just had a knob to fall off. Gotta find it. It's somewhere down here on the floor. But anyway, that's what took me so long. Had to go out way on the other side of town to get it. And I mean opposite side. So now I'm ready to start the show. Like I said, topic of tonight's show, how much music does a DJ need? So I also did a post earlier talking about basically trying to squeeze about what would a DJ sacrifice. And what I did was either less music or more money, and then start to move that back to where there was all the music in the world and no money. Which one would you take? And it was a poll post that people responded to see which one you prefer. And it's mostly the money. People would prefer the money and have less music. So the question I want to ask you guys that are here right now, how large are your library, your initial maximum library, and how much out of that library do you actually use? And the questions that I want to ask, and we're going to ask each question. And like I said, what I said I was going to do earlier, we're going to have live guests today. Anybody that want to come on and speak on topic of the questions that I have to ask. So what I'm about to do now, I'm about to drop the link into the comments. So if anybody wants to pop up on screen and join me live, you can do so. So here is there's the link right there. The link is in the comments. If you click on that link, you'll get a StreamYard screen to pop up. It'll ask you for your mic and your webcam. If you don't have a webcam, that's all right. As long as we can hear you, you don't have to. If you got your pajamas on and you don't want nobody to see your makeup or whatever you got on your face, that's fine. You don't have to show yourself visually. Just pop in so we can hear what you have to say. So, like I said, the first question is what amount of music should you be required to do event? How much music do you need to do event? Like, say for instance, if you had a flash drive, a 16 gig flash drive, would 16 gigs worth of music, and you were told, okay, this is the most that you can bring inside this building. You can't bring no more than 16. And this is not realistic. This is just, no, this is just fantasy. You got a 16 gig flash drive. And even the 16 gig flash drive can hold a lot of music. And you have to fill up as much music as you can and be able to play what your client requests, as well as be able to mix in some other unexpected tracks. Would you be able to do it? Would you be able to do it with 16? Would you be able to do it with 32? With 126? What would be the amount? Because of course, all the large hard drives that we have, we probably use maybe 0.5% of it. And for anything, the most, it's the same songs every week. If a majority, especially if you're catering to the same type of genres and the same type of group, like say for instance, if you're doing a club and you're doing that club every week, and every week is that specific type of music, genre or whatever, you're mostly going to play the same hits. You may mix in a few new stuff, but most of it you're going to be playing the exact same stuff. So in that case, what's your crate of every week stuff versus, oh, I forgot I had this, let me play this type of stuff? So that's what the first question is right there. And I see a comment. What's up, Demetrius? Thank you for joining in, bro. All right, so you saying 200,000 songs and about 200. Okay, wait a minute. You said songs twice. All right, so get that right. You said 200,000 songs and about 200 songs. I'm kind of lost on that. This may have answered a question that I said earlier, but now I don't remember which question that this would have applied to. So if you can correct that, I will bring up your correct answer. But the question right now is, what amount of music should a DJ, what amount of music should you be required to have for an event? So, for instance, if you had, this is a couple flash drives I keep on the keychain. This one is a 32 gig. This one is a 32 gig, slightly different color. And this one is a 64 gig. If I were to put music on just these drives and say, here, go play this event, this is all the music that you need, would you be able to rock that event and be able to add in a little bit more? So that's what I'm saying is, of course, we all gonna say that we would want the most. We would want 10, 12 terabytes of music to play, but also that the thing that I'm asking is, what would be the minimum? What would be the minimum that you would want? Fly the hell. Okay. All right, so I got Demetrius here. Let me bring him on, and we're gonna see if we can. What's going on, man?
All right, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. So first, let me ask, your comment that you posted right here. What was that answer for?
That's how many I have total.
Okay,
200,000.
200,000,
Right.
and you would only need 200 to do an event.
Most of the time, depending on how long that event is.
Okay, now the question that I asked along with that, uh, a majority, most DJs, if they doing like the same event every week, of course, you probably gonna have a certain. Do you have like a certain crate, or you have certain? I guess a certain crate, or of certain songs that you can automatically go to that will rock that crowd, or do you go with a whole different playlist?
I fill out the crowd for the most part. I try to make it not monotonous because I don't want to keep playing the same stuff. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I come from the era, like I've worked at strip clubs for so long, and then it may be 40 or 50 of the same songs. So to kind of break that up, I go through different genres of music. And then most of the time, the DJ that come on before me will probably play like the top 40. So I had to be inventive on how to introduce some of the same music that this person just played, but in a different fashion.
Gotcha. So out of that, how much of the music you think you play that you would carry over every week? That
Probably about 400 songs at max.
that you would play week after week after week?
Yeah.
Now, have you ever went a week where you didn't play nothing that you played last week or at the last event?
Yeah.
I mean,
Because
the same type of event, not a completely different event. Like if you did like a hip hop night one night, and then the next night you did country,
what
to where you got two different genres, but the same thing, more of an open format. But there was the song that you had on your playlist the night before that you think you should have played that night. You didn't play it because you may have found another track that fit in better, or something that captivated the crowd a little bit more than you playing something that you played before.
Yeah, I have done that. I have. I mean, but I like to not stick with the same stuff because after a while, especially if you're in a club and you're in that same club and you playing every week or every 4 times out the week, you have to switch it up because if not, it becomes the same top 40 songs.
It's stuff that you may have the same people that coming in and be like, man, he just played this last night.
Well, we're DJs, so we have to take them on a trip.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so we're our responsibility is to introduce new music to our audience, or even older music to our audience, because most of the audience don't know about 90s music because they were born in the 90s. They don't know about 80s and 70s music.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, for the most part, what is it? Bright to Darkness. It's a group, it's an older group, came out in 69, but it's the Bruno Mars song, Leave the Door Open. But we as DJs supposed to take those beats and introduce them to a crowd, and sometimes we don't get that because, like you said, most people about the money. They want the money, they want the fame, they just really don't want to understand this culture.
Yeah. You're right about that. Definitely right about that.
And I got to thank you for what you're doing because you do this religiously, and most of the time people don't appreciate what you're doing. They just kind of want to say stuff. So
Let me tell you something that a lot of the guys there he is right there. This guy right here. I'm sure he's gonna pop up. Eric Prince, and there's some other people here too that and this I'm gonna tag you when it happens. I'm gonna tag you when it happens so you'll see what I'm talking about. I could be doing this podcast today, and tomorrow or before the end of this week, somebody is gonna say something or post something that I'm gonna be like, damn, I just talked about this week. And then I would either send them the link or, basically explain what goes on. I don't think it ever fails. It's like I'm delivering the message before
they can receive it.
Yeah, before whatever. It's like the message comes before the thought. And it's just crazy how that happens. But
when you talk about
like every week.
When you talk about
thank you for tuning in, especially late. Like I said, I'm sorry I didn't realize it was gonna take me this long. I was way on the other side of Atlanta. I'm like, I'm not gonna make it home by 11. I had changed it. It was originally 10, and then when I found out that I was gonna be making the stop to pick this up because I didn't know how long he was gonna have it, and I said, well, I can get it from you tomorrow, but then I thought like he ain't gonna hold that for another day. I need to go and get it now. So I went ahead and made the trip to get it, and I changed it to 11. And then we got to talking, and I still couldn't make it. But I said I'm still gonna do it. I'm still gonna do the show. If somebody sees it that pops up, I'm gonna keep on going. And I saw a few people popped up. I'm like, oh shoot, this is more people than what I get when I start on time. Shoot, I need to start more late often. And so everybody started popping up. I started getting messages. Eric hit me. Are you going on tonight? I'm like, yeah, I just walked in the house. Give me a minute, set up. And well, here I am. Let's see. Eric, you got time to pop up and show up? I got DJ Scan. What's up, man? Thank you for tuning in. Yep, I try to keep doing what I do. And I see now that more people are starting to do podcasts and shows. So hope to inspire more people to do more stuff and also share the culture. Now, let me get into the next question till somebody else pops up.
Okay.
Now, let me see if you I think you did answer the first question. What amount of music should a person be required to have to do an event? So what's the minimum that you can go in and do? What's the minimum that you can have? Could you do a crowd with the 8 gig flash drive?
On the 8 gig,
if you had an hour to go through your whole collection, you like, okay, say if you plug it into somebody's equipment, a controller or whatever, and say the maximum size that controller will work off of was a 32 gig flash drive, but you only had 8 flash drive on you.
Yeah.
And so you have to go through your laptop and pull off, as much music as you can.
Okay, the way that goes now is like most of the time I set up a 16 gig and probably have 8. And it's formatted because if I'm working off like the CDJ 2000s, there's no laptop in my case sometimes that's being used. Sometimes it is nothing but an 8 gig flash drive. So that's feasible. But I come from the thing of having probably like 40 CDs in a book. You get what I'm saying? All of it. The more, for me, I see how the culture kind of changes. I see like we actually getting away from actually the laptop, and more people are actually coming up with the hardware built inside of the controllers or the CDJs. So yeah, if it's 8 gigs is probably about 200 songs, if not more.
That may be about right. I don't know. It depends on the size and then the bit rate. If you're using the 32 kps, and that's going to be a lot larger. That's probably going to be about maybe about 6 to 8 megs per track.
You gonna make me challenge myself, and I'm gonna put up like a 8 gig flash drive, and then
Ooh,
put songs on it and go in the club.
you gave me an idea for a challenge. You gave me an idea for a challenge. Take a specific amount of songs, maybe just grab a certain amount at random, put it on a flash drive, and say, okay, you got this many songs, make a mix out of it or whatever. I'm sure people can do it because it's been done before. The I don't know if you remember the TV program Master of the Mix.
Nah, I don't remember it, but
It was on I think it started it was I think it was VH1 first, and then I think it went to BET on a re-air. But it was a mixed competition. And you had different all types of DJs. You had EDM DJs, you had open format DJs, you had hip hop DJs, you had turntablists, you even had DJs from here. They even had an audition here where, let me see, who was it? I think it was DJ Mars. He was on it from Atlanta. Then you had Chris Carnes, he was one, and DJ Revolution, he was a DJ. It was judged by DJ Kid Capri, and I think the host was Just Blaze for 1 year, whatever. Anyway, it was hosted by Smirnoff, but they only had, when they got a competition, they could only do certain tracks, and then found out later that they were only able to do certain tracks that they were able to get clearance from. They couldn't, the DJs couldn't go into their collection and pull stuff out. The show was only able to get clearance to use certain tracks, and that's what the DJs had to go with. So they only had a limited amount of music to use, but you was able to hear the same song mixed differently in each artist. Everybody did something different. Like one of the DJs, Dynamix, he did some awesome stuff with it. I mean, everybody did something different. You never did hear the song mixed the same way. So that's when you said that kind of gave me the idea of doing a mix. Just even giving somebody 15 songs, maybe even less than a gig. Just
well,
give them a certain amount of songs and say, okay, here, mix this, and just jump
I
everywhere.
I can say, like, if you really think about it, you don't even have to go that far, because if you look at the DMC or even how we dealt with vinyl back in the days, we only had so much in the crate. So even if you look at the DMC, you may have the artist or the DJ with the same song, but like DJ Remedy is very good at using that one album with doubles, and he kind of goes from point to point to point with it. It's a lot, like, people think you need a lot of music. It's what you can do with the music that you have.
Exactly.
And let me just expand on that. Most of the time with this culture, they're not really thinking about chord progression. They're not thinking about certain things that's engaged with it. They're trying to make it sound like the same thing that Lil Baby did. They're not trying to be better than Lil Baby.
Yep, that's right. That's right. You got that. Hit that dead on the nail. All right. So next question. And I think this may backtrack on to what I just said, but let me ask it now, because I did a hashtag hint at the end of it that people need to be aware of right now. And the question was, how much should one have on hand, or even in how much should one have on hand, or even in your back collection? And I didn't word that right. I must not been awake when I typed that. But let me see what I was trying to say. How much should you have on hand, or even have in your backup collection at home or office? And then I put the hint hashtag backup now, because one thing a lot of people don't do is back up their music to other drives, and basically just back it up. Because just this year alone, I probably seen more people with crash. And this, we were still in a pandemic to where why is your hard drive crashing? You haven't been anywhere. So why is it that you don't have any music? That people's hard drives have been crashing the early part of this year, that they've been having problems. So right now, if y'all listen to me right now, back your stuff up now. If you got an extra hard drive that you use for backup, back it up. If you don't, go get you an extra hard drive tomorrow and back your stuff up. And don't be a crash hard drive post tomorrow. So I guess the question, and let me see if I can word it right. How much should you have on hand, and how much should you have at home? Because I guess the what I was trying to say is, don't take your whole collection with you. Just take what you need, because you're not going to play everything. And then if anything happens, you lose all of it, especially if you don't have a backup. I would say it's better taking one large drive than two small drives. And what I mean by two small drives is maybe like a 1 terabyte that you use, and then maybe a 500 or near terabyte that you have on as a backup. Because when you take those large drives, and I'm just gonna hold up one, they usually end up taking about something this size, or maybe even larger. So one other thing that I mentioned as well is that don't use backup drives for to play music off of. They're used for backup for a purpose, and it's supposed to be just you back up your data and then you let the drive sit. I got 2 drives that's sitting right here that are backup drives. I got another third one that's up under the desk, and I don't use them for music in general. What I use is something like this Lacy, or even like this drive that I just custom built. It's a regular external case with a drive that I put in it.
Right.
Or the traditional, the traditional drives that you can buy. And this is the 1 terabyte. So the large drives don't use, because if your power supply goes out on you, you really messed up. If the power supply goes out on it, which it can happen, because I got one now, a backup drive. I didn't use it for a main DJing drive, but eventually the power supply went on it. I'm at home, so it's not much of a problem. But if I was out doing something, I couldn't use it, period. Couldn't use it no way at all. The only way I would be able to use it is if I had a PC power supply on hand to supply power to it while it still was in its case. But then that's a complex thing I don't want to get into now. But back to the question.
Okay.
How much should you have on hand, and how much should you really have for your collection?
Okay. And I'm just gonna talk up from my experience, so that's the best way I can give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Is that for me personally, from what the trend that I see, they're streaming now. That's why you don't see a lot of people kind of having drives. And I'm gonna say this for me, I still like to own my music.
Mm-hmm.
So whether it be albums, CDs, I go to BPM Millions, which is it's a site that you can actually purchase just like iTunes, and you can buy an album for about like $1 something or 9 cents per track, and then you can actually download and own it. But for the most part, I just put my hard drive is actually my backup. And if I'm actually dealing with a client and they need a playlist, I let them go on the Tidal Beat Lab and they curate a playlist. And then we could work from that, because by me knowing what type of music that they're listening to, then I can fulfill their expectations.
Gotcha. What's up, Eric? What's going on?
I just be chilling.
What's up?
So Demetrius, what you saying is that there's a site that you can go to.
It's called MP3 Millions, and I'm just kind of dropping it so that way, for people that actually want to buy the actual track and own it and put it on their hard drive, where that they can actually buy an album for less than like 9 cents or 10 cents a track instead of paying 99 cents.
So it's not like a basic record pool per se, where you're paying a monthly fee of somewhere close to $20, and you can get unlimited amounts of music. Is a per, like iTunes, is a per track based site, but
per track or per album.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying that per track is about 9 cents, about 10 cents?
Yeah, about 10 cents. It looks like it's about 10 cents.
Yeah. It's a great website. Most people don't know about it. I'm just telling you on yours so that way people come back.
Oh, well, drop it. Hey, drop it. That's what you're here for. Don't have me doing all the research. If you know something, share it. Share it is caring. So share it. Put it in the comments. Put it in my post I did earlier. I mean, it might be something I want to check out as well. So, all right, let me understand it. It's more of like iTunes, to where you're purchasing per track, but it's a lot less than iTunes, because you're only paying a few cents for each track. But you also said that you can curate a playlist to where you can send your clients to, is it the same site or a different site, and they can make their playlist and then submit it to you, and then those are the tracks that you need?
Well, it's not like that. That's where I get my music from. I use Tidal, and I make sure that they can log on and curate it, because I can get an idea of the music that they listen to.
Okay, so they log on Tidal, or they log on to the...
They log on the Tidal for what I need them to do.
Okay.
So you give them your account information?
I give them account information. I don't give them my account information.
So you have a secondary account that just uses playlist stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, but
how does that work out? That works out.
It gives me an idea of what type of music, because like I gave out one and I realized they like a lot of pop music. So that I had to have Chicago and Seal and so many 90s music in my collection. So I need to be able to identify what they listen to, so that way I can really feel them. Because if I'm just playing from my perspective, then they won't get it.
Yeah. But then if you're familiar with a lot of music that they play, you know when to drop it, and you know whether they're expecting it or not. They like, oh yeah, this was a song that I added to the list. Yeah.
Yeah. And they most of the time they say thank you, because they didn't want it to just be all hip hop or all R&B. They wanted to see if I can actually play some rock and roll.
So out of with that playlist, how many do you limit the amount of tracks that you want them to add, or you just say, just go ahead and just find what you want on there?
It gives me an idea. For the most part, they never come up with over 100 songs. But that gives me a starting point or a reference point to say, okay, I can play this. And maybe I can throw some Evelyn Champagne King in there.
Gotcha. So what's up, Mr. Eric Prince? What's your thoughts?
On what? You know, I'm good.
Well, okay, let me ask you the question that we're talking about right now, and
Okay.
I probably didn't word it
Oh,
right.
about the number of songs?
Yeah, how much do you think you should have on hand, and how much do you think you should have
Charge people?
yeah, on your library at home as your backup or your primary collection?
Actually, I have 2 RAID 5 drives. You know what I'm talking about? RAID 5s?
Mhm.
Yep. I have 2 RAID 5 backups of
But
they're
what size are the RAID drives?
they're 20 terabytes.
Ooh.
Shit.
All right.
Hoarder.
So I have
Nah, he's not.
I pull off when I DJ. I have like a main drive that I have like my old R&B shit. Just like 4 terabytes. That's just a 4 terabyte drive on the side over here. I don't know. Well, I'll show it to you later. It's right here.
Can't pick it up. It's too heavy.
No. Oh man.
See, he had to reach 2 hands.
Yeah. See. But yeah. When I go to a gig, I carry the drive that I needed 2 hands to carry. That you just said, and I go with some USB sticks. Maybe like 12 or 16 gigabyte sticks. What's this? I got a stick right here. This is the stick I use to do my weekly mixes. I put everything down. You remember I told you, Kenyon, I pull out 30 joints and I put them in a folder and I do my mixes off.
Yeah,
off
when you're doing new stuff, right?
Yeah, yep. And I put it on this stick right here. So yeah. But I take that drive, that 4 terabyte, 3 terabyte drive, and I take some sticks with me and I'm good to go. Because I don't know where I'm gonna go. I don't know what the crowd is gonna be like. On that drive is country, it's R&B, it's Southern soul, it's reggae, it's R&B, it's house, and I weave in between all that stuff. You see what I do, dude.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna need.
So
I gotta read the crowd.
He is a prime example of what I'm talking about. I didn't know you had a RAID, especially you said 20 terabytes each.
Yeah.
With how many?
2.
How many? You said
It's a 5. RAID 5.
So
RAID 5. 20 terabytes.
That's 4 drives, or that's more than 4?
4 drives. I haven't gone up to the RAID 10 yet. I was looking at that.
Man, that's still a lot. That's still a lot,
dude. It's
so knowing that you have that
there.
much music that's being backed up, but you only take maybe,
like I said, that yeah,
or
yeah,
0.001%
of that, yeah,
and still be able to use it and rock out. Now that with this guy, with Eric, it's different because
I'm all around the world.
He runs a record pool, so his music is gonna be updated every week anyway. So with the record pool that he runs, he's gonna have how many tracks do you have to screen a week?
Over 2,000 MP3s a week, and at least yesterday I sent maybe 900 MP3 files out to Japan. So I support Japan, Shure Japan, and I support Shure recordpool.com US. So it's like I go through 2,000 MP3 files, and like I'm telling you, Kenyon, every week I just go through certain categories and I pull 30 out and I just fly blind through them, a freestyle.
And it's all new music.
Yeah. New remixes
that's added to the record pool.
Yeah, it's all it's like remixes. Mostly I've been playing lately is remixes of old R&B tunes. If you notice, like Somebody Else's Guy, the rap version I played last week for the pandemic game room. Mm-hmm. I played. Yep, it's remixes. I get a lot of remixes. They call them jacking. in a category called jacking. They throw all that stuff to me, dude. Jacking, deep, soulful, and I go through that and I pull out 30 and I do a mix every Saturday.
Mm.
So his crates are really deep.
Yeah, I'm crazy, crazy crates, and I got like 20,000 vinyl in storage.
Nasty.
I got a question.
Yep.
All right, now
Okay.
what's your let me ask both of you, Demetrius. What's your ideas on backup? Because that was the little hint that I threw in at the end of this question. So what's your ideas on backup that you want to share with those that's out there listening? Because I tell people back up often. If you haven't back up before something happens. Because just this year alone, I think, and it shouldn't have been that much because people weren't in the beginning of the year, people weren't doing that much other than live streaming. You shouldn't really have a whole bunch of hard drive issues unless you just streaming and using your drives a whole lot at home. So your thoughts and then Eric's on backup.
Back up everything. Back up everything in the clouds. Back it up on a hard drive, and then give your homeboy one just in case your house burned down. Back up.
Give it to your homeboy. Hilarious.
I've known for some people to do that. I think I have a hard drive, and I'm trying to remember if I do. I think I have a hard drive at my parents' house in their computer or somewhere in the house that I have there, even though I won't be able to get it unless I physically go and get it. But I know I got something there because I've lost music before myself.
Yeah, I've lost music also off of the RAID 5. I've had 2 hard drives crash on the RAID unit. In one RAID unit that I had to use some. It was like some program that allowed you to analyze the information on the drive and then put files into some type of format, MP3 format that you could listen to. It wasn't the name of the file. You had to listen to the file and then figure out what the fuck it was. But yeah, I said never again. So I got 2 RAID 5 units. So when I copy stuff off of the primary RAID, I put it on the secondary RAID, and then I shut that down. I don't play that shit.
Yeah, physically. Yeah, that's what you have to do with some backups. The final backup, you have to pull the plug on it.
Shut it down.
Yeah, don't let it run because when it runs, you wearing it down. So yeah, that's what the 3 terabyte that I have. I just plugged it up yesterday or today to back up some of the music that I was getting today, and probably at the end of the night, it'll be unplugged until I get ready to use it again. And that's what you have to do with a lot of those backup drives.
Yeah, and so with the drives, when I want to do a party, we can't. When I want to do a party is when I want to go out and do a party. I have a backup for the 2-hand drive I had. I was just picking up with the orange drive. You remember the orange cover drive? I have a backup.
Was it a Lacy?
Yeah, I have the Lacy. I have 2 Lacy's. I have 2 4-terabyte Lacy's that I back up the drive that I roll with. So I'm trying to keep backups, dude. I ain't losing no music.
Oh,
I'm too old for
once
this
once you lose music, you learn that lesson real quick. I mean, you could lose in this era. You could lose your speakers can go out on you. Your controller can die. Your laptop can get a cracked screen. But the most valuable thing a DJ has right now is what's on the hard drive. Because when you lose the music, that takes the longest to recover, even if you have it on cloud. and this is what I tell people, me personally, I don't like using the cloud, but it can be beneficial to some people because when you use the cloud,
It
you have to
takes time to download
everything.
it. It takes time to upload it. It takes
Yeah,
time to
it takes
download it.
time to upload. It takes, well, for one, it takes longer. It takes longer time to get it on the cloud because if
Yeah.
your upload speed doesn't match your download speed, like say for instance, my download speed is a gigabit speed. So I could do 1 gig per second per se or whatever, but my upload speed is
It's
like
not going to be like that.
30. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
It's not going to
30,
be a
30
third of
megabytes.
that. A third
So
of that.
trying to upload would take longer, but I'll be able to download quicker. That's the first offset. The second one is when you get ready to try to retrieve it. Now with I got Xfinity, and in the past, or with some Xfinity accounts, they only limit you to one terabyte per month. And with me, 3 kids, the wife, which she doesn't use that much, is mostly the 3 kids and me, and then 20 to 30 Alexa devices because we got a smart home here.
Y'all
And
need to get a dumb home. You didn't grow up in a smart home. Go back to dumbness.
Alexa is failing. She's not responding to a lot of my commands, so I think she's cheating on me. My side chick is cheating on me, so I don't know. I may have to get a Google side chick. So anyway, we got all these devices. They're all constantly on using the internet all the time. So we'll go through a terabyte in the first 20 days of the month. So that means 10 more days that either we got disconnected or I have to end up paying extra. Yeah, because it was like $10 after you get to a terabyte it's $10 for every 50 gigs. And so, well, 50 gigs, if I don't tell the kids to, okay, y'all stop streaming. Okay, no games for you, this, that, we'll go through 50 in probably 5 hours, 4 or 5 hours.
That ain't happening.
So the best thing for me to do at one point, I said, just
the best thing for you to do is send your kids to the state.
I used to block IP addresses.
I know, dude.
I used to block IP addresses and shut stuff off at certain times of the night.
Yeah, you have to do that.
But you still have stuff that needs to run, security systems and Alexas and stuff, so they can wake up in the morning and won't be missing the bus, and just stuff like that. And well, we would run out, and I even went unlimited. I kept the plan that we had and just went unlimited. And then I found out we weren't using it enough. We wasn't going over. I'm like, why is it now y'all want to stop using up all the internet when we got unlimited? So then they had the package to where I can get a gigabit, and I ended up getting another router, which means I got more control. And right now, if I check right now, I know for the average that we do a month is somewhere between 1.2 and 1.6 terabytes a month. So if you don't have that type of service, and say for instance you got a 2 terabyte drive, you may have to wait 2 months, or go and hang out at a McDonald's and start downloading, or go to the library and start downloading. But you're gonna trickle in that stuff quickly. You're not gonna get that library back like that.
Yeah.
No matter where you go, even if you go to work, if your work offers gigabit service, you're not going to be able to get it back in one shift.
Nope.
You're going to have, you'd probably get it before the end of the week, but you're not going to be able to get it back. So as opposed to the cloud may work for some people, but I just said just have physical drives. Have two drives that you use. Have your primary and then a secondary, then start having backups. Have a backup that's connected all the time, then have a backup that's disconnected and stored. Now with me, with some of the with way I back stuff up, I back up everything like it's a desktop. I have a drive that for data. I have a drive that's for operating system and programs. And really, I can live without the operating system or programs
because you can
and just have the data because the operating system will be easy to find and to download and install. And then the programs, the install files for the programs are over here on the data.
Yeah.
So, as long as I got all that, that's
data
the only
different.
drive that I need to back up. So that's my thing on backing up. Have at least 5 drives total.
I got 8 or 10.
I probably got more than that. I mean, just in front of me.
Hooked up. I'm talking about with the RAID 5. Those are 4 drives. So there's 2 RAID 5. So those are 8. I'm looking at one right here. I just showed it. Lacey. That's 9. And the one over here with the 2 arms, that's 10. 10. Hilarious.
And then my NOS RAID is in the network closet, and I've learned from experience.
Okay,
several times.
Let me ask this question I was going to ask though.
Okay,
it's a Mac store.
Okay, like now with like the Denons, they're actually got hard drives built into the tables.
Yeah,
and so
I saw that the 6,000.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that you don't have to carry. You could flash drive is good, but you don't even have to carry that stuff no more.
Yeah, I was looking at that. Me and Carlton was looking at that, Kenya. They go for like almost 1,600 a piece.
But what size drive do they carry on them?
It's like 5 terabytes or some shit like that. And they have USB ports.
2 USB.
that you could put fucking USB drives into them. And then you got 2 outputs. So one deck is like 2 drives.
Yeah.
Yo,
now, how you back those drives up?
You do your regular drives. It's like you can plug your regular drive.
Is it hot swappable where you can pull it out and
No, you put whatever you want on that drive. So you have your external drive and you load it into the internal for the CD player. What's SC6000 and the SC6000M. The M6000M is the one I was looking for because they spin. I like spinning.
Yeah.
Yeah, they spin it 8 3/4 inch platter, dude. For $1,500, that shit is expensive as hell.
It's really not bad compared to the price of the CDJ 3000.
Oh, okay.
It's cheaper than CDJ 3000.
Yeah, and the CDJ 3000 don't spin. I like to spin. I like my platter to spin. Yeah. Yo, you ain't looked at those things?
I'm sure somebody else is working on one of those. I'm sure somebody else is working on one. You don't think so?
I'm just saying it take a second for Pioneer to kind of catch up with a lot of it because the stuff that they got out like, well, damn.
Yeah,
I've been like that with
Pioneer has been. Pioneer has been staying the same. I don't know what it is people that fascinate
with the Pioneer
about Pioneer because it all looks the same. They may have a 4-channel versus a 2-channel. The effects and stuff doesn't really say the same. And I'm surprised they haven't gone with the motion platters yet.
Oh yeah.
That everybody else is going with. I'm thinking probably, or maybe they trying to keep it to where they don't have to do that. But right now, that's where everybody's going. Newmark's done it. Dennis done it.
Rain
has it.
That's that.
But you know all those guys are together now.
Yeah, that's
everybody's together.
Yeah,
they're going against. Yeah. But I use everything. You know what I'm saying? If I go out to Germany, I'm going to use the Pioneers. I'm going to do record deck or record. What's that? Record
Record box.
record box. I'm going to use record box. If I'm here, if I'm going to use my new marks, I'm going to use my Dennis. Everything is relative, dude. I just Pioneer doesn't have the patent.
He said Pioneer doesn't have the patent.
Don't have the patent. No,
Well,
that's Denon. I think
because they just have to make the technology
to license it. They have to license it from Denon.
Yeah.
That's it. They have to license it from Denon. Because Denon was the first guys that I saw that had the rotating platter. They had I think it was the 3500s. I'm not sure, but they had the belt drive CD players that rotated.
And that's been over 10 years.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
that's
I had
how long the patent lasts. 10 years. After 10 years, everybody got it.
So Denon, and I'm still trying to figure out. And I never did research it. We talked about this before, Eric. So Denon came out with it before Techniques.
Oh yeah,
SD.
Yes.
1200s.
Yeah. Yep. The Techniques one you talking about that look like a 1200?
Yeah, it looked like a small version of the 1200 with
those are garbage. Those are garbage. Yeah, but yeah, it was out before that.
They did have some technical issues with those. I think people still have issues with them now, especially with the SD drives, with the SD slots.
I don't even think those moved. I don't even think the Techniques didn't even move.
Yeah,
they did.
They just look cute. They were cute. They
had moving platters.
I wanted to kiss them. They look cute.
I got a little mini collection of the Technique 1200s, and they gave me one of them. I threw that shit away.
You can't put that up against a 1200.
No. But do you see some of the new turntables they have? I'm going off topic. I'm sorry, but do you see some of the new turntables they have? Regular vinyl turntables that they have that look almost like 1200s.
Which brand?
Oh, there's plenty of brands out there, dude.
Audio Technicals.
Yep. And what else is there?
That's probably the closest one that looks mostly like a Technique.
But
they all have the same. They all have the same engine in it. What is the hairpin? The hairpin turntable engine.
Okay.
Even the I think the Pioneer and the Reloop are made from that. And I didn't even know what a hairpin is until I looked it up. I'm like, oh, this is what that is.
Yeah, it makes it feel like a 1200. The spin back and but you know what pisses me off? Since I'm old school, I've been DJing since 1975. Why the fuck do you turn the table sideways?
Oh, don't hate on battle mode. He hating on battle mode.
Turn the turntables right. I could battle you then.
Hey, everybody don't have that big ass desk that you have.
It's all right.
45 inches.
Stop hating.
45 inches is all you need. Versus with 62.
I'm good.
And then you have tone arms and stuff in your way. You gotta try to get around.
Yeah. Well, imagine me doing that in the early days, scratching like Flash. Flash didn't put his turntable sideways. It wasn't until these younger guys like who was Jazzy Jeff and those guys. Yo, Flash had his turntable straight. Figure that shit out.
Yeah, but he couldn't hit that loop. He couldn't hit that backspin as fast.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You want everything to be closer with controller. Controllers now feel uncomfortable when I try to do stuff like that beat juggle because everything is so close.
Yeah.
Your hands, you're like this.
Yeah.
everything is on top of you. If you ever notice how Cubert scratches, he scratches with his body way
Sideways?
off
Yeah.
to the side instead of being in front of it, because there's certain ways that you could do stuff to get it comfortable. Just like I'm more comfortable with left hand platter, right hand fader versus left hand fader, right hand platter, because my whole body is close up on each other. Everything is closer, so I kind of have to maneuver like he do in order to do it. So I don't know. I got another question. If you don't mind, Eric, while you came in and jacked up, using up all my time, because you can only get a certain amount of time for each session. All right, let's see. We had a question or a comment that was created by Rashim, Grandmaster Rashim,
He didn't have room on his
for
dress.
the battle style. He was
okay.
talking about the battle style.
Yeah, I figured it was somebody from Philly. At first, I was about to say Cash Money, but
Yeah.
it was somebody from Philly.
He didn't have no room on his dresser.
I can understand that, because I had that same problem. That dresser, that 2-drawer dresser, you ain't have enough room to do all that. And
we
then
take
the mixer too, because the mixers were either a 19-inch or a 10-inch. With the Attica, the Addis, was it Addis? The Addis, the Radio Shack, the Gemini,
Lafayette.
the new,
Lafayette.
was it
GLI,
New York?
Realistic.
Yep.
Clubman mixer.
See, some of y'all kids don't know about that stuff. All right, so
I'm sorry.
Next question. Back on the music thing. What are your most used or popular genres, and how much do you have of it? All right, Demetrius, you first.
Ooh.
Because I know Eric is gonna be all day, so I'm gonna let you go first.
It's hip hop, R&B, and trap. And how much I have of it is probably at least 50% of my collection. And mine's nothing like Eric, because that man he got more than the Smithsonian.
Nope. Believe it or not, the Smithsonian got more.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right, let me elaborate a little bit more. All right, so set your crates, your hip hop, your R&B crates. How many tracks would you say you have in each of your crates? Is it like 100 or 500 or maybe even 1,000 or a lot less? And it also including sub crates.
100
about genre.
100, because then I break mine down into region. Because if I'm trying to kind of play it, I'm trying to take my people on a journey of different styles and different places. So I just can't just really have hip hop and 90s up north music, down south music all in one crate. I can't cover it all in one. I have to jump back and forth from crates a lot.
Understand that.
All right, Eric, your turn.
I do that jumping back and forth from crates a lot. I was just the question you asked, how many songs you have in your crates. I was just went back to Serato and looked at it, but it's not for me. Like I told you already, for the last year during this pandemic, what I've been doing is I pull out 30 soulful house, deep house, jacking house songs that I like for the week that I get in the week out of the 2,000 or maybe 3,000 MP3 files I get during the week, and I pull them out and I do those for the mixes that I've been doing. But if I start doing, if I do decide to go out and play, or if I'm out in Germany or something, what I take with me is R&B, a little bit of rap, mostly house, because mostly house and club music from like the 70s, 80s, and early 90s because the young kids out there haven't heard that yet. You know what I'm saying? And when I play that, they go off the fucking chain. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and in those folders, I'm like maybe about 300 old school rap and R&B. Um, uh, I might even play some disco. Might even take some disco with me, like 100 of the best known disco. I might play YMCA. I'm trying to say the YMCA. It gets people. You know what I'm saying? Gets them on the floor. But that's me. Okay, is that enough? Am I done?
All right. Can I move on to the next question, Eric?
Yes, you can.
Got to get his permission because he'll find a way to throw it off top. All right.
I'm a Trumpian.
All right, Demetrius. How do you organize your crate and your library?
I think I told you that one last week. As far as I go ahead and do it by genre, BPMs, and then harmonic mixing.
Do you just do it in the library with the columns, or you have your crates that are named by that?
Like I told you, I use kind of Tractor, and with Tractor,
that's right. That's right, Tractor.
You could go ahead and pull it up, and then it asks you different things, genre, and then it says BPM, and then it says whatever, and that enables me not to have to use headphones as much because my mix go jump on point quicker than the next person.
Okay.
Because if I got it clued up right, it's not gonna take me as much because my main thing is like more making sure that my mix is tight, and then if I want to juggle, if I want to cut or scratch, I can fit all that stuff in there.
Okay. Now let me ask you this about Tractor. And when you said Tractor, I'm like, okay, well, I can't ask him this question because he's not using Serato. Does Tractor have a smart crates?
Yeah.
It does.
I haven't used Tractor like that so much, but when I first got into DJing with the computer, it was with Tractor, and I love Tractor. I even got a 4-track under here somewhere, Numark 4-track, because I love them. Tractor was awesome.
Well, I'm gonna say this: if a person can learn Tractor, all the other platforms are easy.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody I know that knows Tractor in and out know Serato, Record Box, Virtual DJ like the back of the hand because they were able to deal with the most difficult program it is.
Yeah, I used that's the first one I used was Tractor, and then I even made a mix. You can look it up 8 years ago. Fuck Serato. Tractor is the shit.
And I'm gonna tell you, they're still doing updates because I think you said, well, they're not doing any, but for the CDJ 3000, I use my Tractor.
Okay.
So they still doing up. I thought Tractor was done.
No.
They went from they haven't done a mixer. The Z2 is probably as old as the 57.
That Tractor when I got it was the 4-track.
It's probably 9 years old, but I still use it, and I have no need to just want to buy like the S11 Pioneer because I'm like Tractor good.
Yeah.
You could use Tractor with a lot of those mixers, but as for hardware, why did they stop upgrading the hardware? I mean, they only did that one scratch mixer. That was the only mixer that they actually ever done. I mean, they've improved on the software, but not as much as everybody else. But of course, with Serato, there's a new version almost every other week for Serato because every time somebody releases a controller, Serato be like, oh, okay, All right, guys, we gotta
tweak
start
this.
making
We gotta tweak
start
this.
making support for this new mixer.
But Serato don't.
Pioneer has
That's
dropped.
that's
So
what I've learned. That Pioneer don't give you everything. Like you got the Pioneer Light, then the Pioneer Pro, then the Pioneer Suites. You don't. You get everything in Tractor that Tractor go do. Whereas at Serato, you don't get no harmonic mixing, and most people don't even know about the stuff because they don't really know the software like that. They just want to mix in and out and a few effects. That's it.
Yeah.
All right, what's your thoughts on that, Eric?
About Serato?
Well, no, with the
I'll get them on Serato.
stay on topic. Stay on topic. On topic.
Okay.
How do you organize your crates or your library?
BPMs.
Everything by BPM.
Everything by BPMs.
Do you ever use the Camelot chart, the key?
Yes. But I've been doing this shit for years, dude. So I can hear the harmonics. There's not if you have if you know anything about music theory, you know that certain notes mixed with other notes, they're in the chords. You know what I'm saying? So if you're able to get that same chord progression into the mix, you're good to go, dude. As long as the beat permitters is on. That's what I learned.
Some people don't know that. Trust me, some people.
You're telling too many secrets.
I'm sorry. You asked me a question. Can I give you an answer?
Well, your answer is not only for me to know, it's for other people to know and understand as well. Because, like I said, and he knows, Eric knows what we're saying right now is probably going to come up again before the end of this week. Somebody's going to bring something up about, how did you do your library, or, I need to back up my drive. It's going to be, it's usually something. Even if I come up and this topic came up while I was in the shower. Like I said, either when I'm in the shower or when I'm driving with no music on is where a lot of my ideas and thoughts come from. So I'm like, well, I haven't mentioned anything about, about music. Some people sit on tons of music, but play the same thing every week. And then some people that may be starting over can rock some of the best parties because they're taking what they're limited to and being able to make it work differently than what they would if they had everything.
That's how I started out, dude. I only had 2 crates of records.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't have no equipment. I was borrowing equipment from people. I had to build myself up, dude. And that's how I started. That's exactly how I started. I beat some of the best, like, who was the one of the people? Master Don and the Funk Committee, whatever the hell his name was. He came to my block, tried to battle me in a block party, tore his ass up with 2 crates of records. You know what I'm saying? So let's go. And that took me off from there. I went from there. They want me in Japan right now, and I can't get there because of COVID.
That's what's up. All right. Well, that was all my questions. I had something else that I wanted to ask, but I don't remember what it was because I didn't jot it down. Probably should have jotted it down.
Yeah, because I'll take over this conversation.
Yeah, and you working on it right now, and we're about an hour and a half into it, and you'll move it up to a good 5 hours in no time.
Demetrius, it's hilarious. When I first met Kenyon and we first started getting this video stuff together, this guy would talk to me till like 4:00 in the morning. And I said, you know what? I got to stop him.
And these shows, if you go back and look at some of the earliest ones where I used to have the live like this, and just before you get ready to click on it, you'll see, or even when you click on it, you'll see it. You would think it was minutes, but it would be, you have 3-4 sets of numbers, hour, minute, seconds, and so forth. And you will see some of the shows were like 5. I think the longest we went was like 8 hours. We
Yeah.
went 8 hours straight live, I think. And I
Oh.
wasn't paying attention. And I only get using this
Yeah.
version of StreamYard. I only get 20 hours a month free. So I have to kind of break it up
Budgeted.
where okay, we can't go over 4 hours because I have to make sure that I have enough to where if I do something at the end of the month that we can't go over. And we have went over several times. I've gotten a notice saying you have 15 minutes. And I couldn't remember whether they kicked me off or whether they gave an extended time, but we went over the limit several times. Just like my broadband, we went over.
If you put it on Twitch, I make sure I use my Amazon subscription, and then I subscribe, and that way you get some subs and you get paid and monetize this thing.
I still have not figured out Twitch yet. I haven't really dove into Twitch like that using the what is it called, the subs, or what did you just say?
Yeah, the subs.
I have to get with Steven. Steven knows how to do all that stuff. I haven't gotten into Twitch like that. What about you, Aaron? You got into?
No, I'm not really into. Well, if
monetizing monetizing on Twitch.
Yeah. I want to get back out to Germany. I want to get back out to Japan so I can make real money. Fucking $10 ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? $10, $20 ain't no real money.
I'm gonna say it like this. I know it was big because I went to Lil Jon's birthday party at the Blue Flame, and he wasn't able to do it, so he did it on Twitch, and he made over $500,000 just on Twitch. I was like, whoa, this shit's different now.
So how many people he had going to him?
Oh, quite a few.
I think he had a big following.
Yeah, he had to have a big following. So I want to be out there. You pay me if I'm going to play in front of like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people. You're going to give me my money right up front. I'm going to play for them. I don't have to send out messages. Oh, come see me. I'm going to be here. You know what I'm saying?
I get it, but if you did it like that, when you're able to go out there, you demand much more later on down the line. That's all.
Yeah. I sent the link for that mix I was talking about.
Yeah, I saw something you added in the.
You see the you see my dressing.
Oh, did he drop off?
No.
He must did it because I didn't do it.
Oh. You see my record. You see the record here. That's the record I'm holding.
All right, hold on. Let me. Come on. All right. Okay, I see. I'm trying to go back.
Well, you click on the link
by accident.
Out, don't you?
I said you must click something by accident because I was moving to get his link and you just dropped off.
I clicked his link on my phone and
cut you off. Yeah, I'm about to pull it up.
So you see the record, right? See the record in the back?
Hold on, give me a second. All right, there we go. You showed me that record somewhere else.
That's records in the back of me right now.
Explain.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it behind you.
Yeah.
Explain how you got that record again.
One of the people that enjoyed the way I mix had a restaurant downtown in the Times Square area. They was closing the restaurant and they said they wanted me to have this record. So they brought it up to me and gave it to me.
And what's on the record? What's the label say on
it? That's Bruce Springsteen, Born to Run.
Is it an actual playable record or is it just
remember I had to show you the place where I could go out there and Sweden and play it, right? It was a big turntable. It's a big record.
Oh, so there's actually a turntable that can play it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I told you I've had an interesting life.
You want to tell us something? You ain't like it's over.
No, I'm still living it.
Okay.
But you know, I'm born and raised in Harlem. I was born in Harlem Hospital. people born in Harlem will never think that they will live past 30. And I'm so happy that I'm getting ready to go to 60. You know what I'm saying? I doubled it. And I'm having fun doing it. Yep. So.
You should have been there when I watched Menace to Society back in the days. So. We were supposed to get to 30.
Was supposed to get to 30. Wasn't supposed to get to 30. Nope. Menace to Society. Yep. That was what was that movie with Tupac playing basketball?
Poetic
Above
the rim.
Above the rim. I remember when they was filming that. And that's when I was starting to get my shit together. I started not worrying about music so much and worrying about supporting my family and my son, and making sure my son would be a viable person to society. Yeah. That's when I started working on Wall Street, son. Yep. It was all good.
If anybody got anything to say, because I need to do closing comments, anything y'all want to add, and then let everybody sign off, because I got an 8 o'clock shift I need to start. So I'm not gonna hold you up till 4 o'clock.
Yeah, well, I ain't got to be to work till 11. I ain't got to be to work till 11, so it's all right.
Lucky you.
All right. I'll start it off. Eric Prince.
All right, hold on. Let me get you up. All right, and Demetrius, if you don't know, I let everybody sign off. I let you. I give you full screen, and what you do, you share your social media, your contact info. Let everybody know where they find you and stuff like that. And then after you finish, you can drop off or just stay on. Everybody.
They gonna ask me to start paying taxes. They gonna ask me to start paying taxes on money.
All right, Eric, you got the floor. 3, 2, 1.
Hey, DJ Eric Prince, live from Harlem right now. Down with Kenya. What the hell was that? It wasn't me. SureRecordPool.com, SureRecordPool.jp. You can find me at CEEDOGGpresents.com, and you can also find me at the Pandemic Game Room. I think the next game is coming up on the 24th? 24th? Yeah, 24th. I'll be there from 6 to 8. You better check me out, people. If you don't, I'll come find you. Peace.
All right, Demetrius.
Demetrius. You catch me at the Blue Flames Lounge on Fridays. Old school fabulous party. Hit me up. Peace.
All right, so that is it for another Land DJ Zone Tech Tuesday Live, the late edition, the late night edition. Thank everybody for coming in, for basically showing up, because I didn't think nobody was going to show, since I was running behind after the few errors that I had to run. But I appreciate everybody for coming out. Also, make sure you like, share, subscribe, get other people to tune in to these podcasts, because I do these. I don't do this because I like talking. I do this because y'all inspire me to do more. When I have you to come on live, some of the stuff that you say, it sparks up other ideas, other shows, podcasts, or whatever. I will probably be doing more, having guests on live. As long as I can control Eric, from not straying off the top, and sometimes Steven when he's here, because we can go completely left field whenever they're here. So basically, I was able to control tonight, which is good because we're under 2 hours. That's a good point right there. But I hope y'all enjoyed the information. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Also, make sure you tune in to the next event that's coming up. If you're not a member of the Pandemic Games and Entertainment Group, which there's two groups.
You down with
I had to create-
PGE? Yeah,
I had to
you know
create two
me.
groups. I'm gonna bring him back on because
You
I had to
down with
create two groups.
PGE?
This guy right here is a member and a DJ of my group. What I do, and if you're a DJ now, I'm gonna let you know. Get with me if you want to get a spot, or if you want to be a fill-in. We had a DJ that overslept and forgot that he was supposed to do a slot, and you know who I'm talking about. And he didn't show, or he showed up late or contacted me late, but I managed to have some stuff to fill in. So there's several different ways that you can get involved. If you're not able to go live, I can accept a video audio mix or just the audio mix. And if you have photos, action photos that I can use as a slideshow to put in as a visual, that usually works that way. And like I said, the Pandemic Games and Entertainment Group is the only way, or a good way, that you can stream to people on Facebook.
You down with PGE? Yeah, you know me. You down with
And
PGE?
it also has games, actual games, to keep people visually there, not only listening, but the games will keep them visibly there and occupied while you're mixing. So it's something completely different than the Zoom events, and it's completely different if you did your own room, because what I did, I incorporated in the group, which means with the group, I can open up multiple games. We can have a poker game over here. We can have quiz over here. We can have words with friends, basketball, whatever other games. And no matter how many windows or how many rooms that I open up, you still have the same DJ. So you can leave out of one game, go to another game, the music is there. Leave from there, go to somewhere else, is there. And then different levels, like say for instance, poker, there can be a beginner's table and there can be a tournament table or whatever. So make sure you join in. The next event is on the 24th. And like I said, there's two Pandemic and Entertainment groups. The one where the first letter is in lowercase, that's the old group. That's the old group. I had to change it because the rooms weren't completely enabled there. So look for the group that's in all caps. Pandemic Games and Entertainment is all in cap letters, or the one that has PGE 2021 and the letter B at the end. The original is PGE 2021. The new one I created, PGE 2021 with the letter B, and make sure you join that group. Also, if you're DJ and you're not in the Atlanta DJ zone, make sure request an invite to Atlanta DJ Zone. And this group is for DJs only. So make sure that in the comments that you mention that I mentioned for you to join on this podcast, Atldjzttl, TTL, or the YouTube podcast that I mentioned that you can be a member. And if I see it, I'll invite you in. But you have to be a DJ. We don't have just anybody going in. But in the event that you're not a DJ, but you want to network with the other DJs, there's the Atlanta DJ Zone presents ... the Green Room. And the Green Room is basically a group where anybody, caterers, vendors, videographers, photographers, promoters, artists, anybody that's looking for a DJ can be in that group and network with DJs that are from the zone. So if you're looking for a DJ for an event, or DJs, if you want to promote yourself to other people, then join in the Pandemic group and make sure you promote yourself accordingly. Try to keep it professional, because you don't want to mess up your brand. So make sure you promote yourself on a good level. So don't be at home DJing with your shirt off and no pants on or whatever. Make sure you keep everything professional. That's there.
I was gonna have my
Also,
man.
I want
I
to
was gonna have
mention.
my. I was gonna have my mankini on. I got a mankini. I was gonna put it on.
Also to mention, we have
I
an event
do.
coming up in
24.
Atlanta.
Oh no.
DJ's Day Out. I don't remember which. I think it's 9. Yeah, DJ's Day Out 9 is coming up this month, July 25th. I can't remember what the park location is, in Forest Park. I will find the information and put it down into the comments or the description. But it is going to be a big event. They've moved the event from where it used to be in 2019. There was no event for 2020, but the next event is going to be in a larger location and more sponsors, better sponsors, and they are also have a featured DJ that's coming out. And the featured DJ is DJ Cash Money. DJ Cash Money will be doing a set. So this is something that you don't want to miss. So if you want to meet and network with the DJs of Atlanta DJ Zone, Eric, catch a flight, come on down. If you want to network with the DJs from Atlanta DJ Zone as well as other DJs, come on out. Atlanta DJ Zone Tech Tuesday Live. I will be there. We have a lot of other stuff. There's a lot of other stuff that's going to go on. Also, for that event, there is a group. Look up the Sunday City Cyphers group, which was the monthly or the quarterly or the bi-monthly or whatever group that used to be where DJs used to meet on a networking occasion. But the DJ's Day Out is the picnic or the grand finale version of that. I think that's about it that I want to share. But a lot of that stuff, I'll put it into the comments or the description after the show. So make sure you check it out and get on that. But anyway, I'm Kenyon Ellis, the kid. My social media information, which I don't know and don't remember, I'm on Twitter. I don't use. I'm on Instagram. I rarely use. And I think the Instagram is the kid DAKYDD07, I think, was the kid DAKDA_KYDD. I don't know. I'm mostly on Facebook. You can find me on Facebook, Kenyon Ellis, KENYONELLIS. I'm the one with the hip hop and the urban Disney and the little icon.
You can also take a
if
snipe.
you find
You can take a
another
snipe.
Kenyon Ellis is Junior, and he looked like a younger version of me, but don't try to get on his.
You could take a snipe.
fake.
You could do a snipe of him, and you could do a Google picture search, and you could find him.
Who, me?
You, yes. You could do a snipe. Do a snipe of your picture right now, or you on YouTube, and you could find you. Good Google photo search. You didn't know that?
Nope.
Yeah. You're out there.
You could take anybody's picture and find them like that, or
yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's eerie. Big Brother's really watching now.
Yeah, y'all.
So anyway, that's my social media information. If you need to email me, I do remember the email that I use is DAKYDD07@gmail.com. You can submit whatever that you have that you want to send me there. Don't really check it that much, but you send me something at this point, I'll probably check it and look through it or whatever. So until next week, Atlanta DJ Zone Tech Tuesday Live. Wave goodbye, Eric. I will catch y'all later in the zone or anywhere else that I'm an admin or that I'll be commenting or doing post on. So we'll see y'all next week. If you got any other, let me mention this. If y'all got any topics that you want me to do, anything that you want me to do, then make sure submit them to me. And if I need to do research, I'll do research. If it's something that I know about, it'll happen. It'll happen. So make sure you submit that stuff to me, whether you put it down in the comments or email it to me or find me wherever it is that you know me from. Uh-oh. Dang, drop my keyboard. Gonna take me a second to sign out. So anyway, Atlanta DJ Zone, Tech Tuesday Live. You're here with Kenya Ellis, aka The Kid. We'll sign off. I will see y'all later. Peace. In a second, soon as I pick up my keyboard. And my batteries fell out. All right. Peace, guys. Okay. I had the batteries in right. There we go.